I'm Daniel Freedman. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer and Head of Business Development of Apploi, which is a mobile jobs platform which changes the way that job seekers and companies interact with each other. I met with the CEO of Apploi, Adam Lewis, when he'd come up with the idea of Apploi. He'd been in the HR technology space for several years before that, and then saw this big gap in the market in the way that job seekers and companies were interacting with each other at that initial point of capture, where what most companies want, especially in the retail, services and hospitality industries, is you're looking for personality, you're looking for passion, you're looking for soft skills, but the way that they're judging people right now is based on a one-dimensional piece of paper. And so what he realized is that companies were passing up on potentially great people because they were judging them by what they don't have on their resume, and they were wasting their time on people who look great on paper, but when they brought them in for an interview, it was a bad fit. And what was really fascinating to me is that coming from the security and intelligence world, where often you're convincing people that they have a problem, that they're not going to realize they have a problem until it's too late. Here, there's not a single head of HR who isn't concerned with turnover and isn't concerned with missing the great people and the quality of people they're getting and the flow. My day-to-day at Apploi is focused on leading the sales and leading the account team and working on a lot of our strategic partnerships and relationships. So I spend time speaking to heads of HR, CEOs, CFOs of different companies, understanding what they're doing right now, what their pain points are, and how Apploi can help them. And the same with existing clients. Not only what are they dealing with right now, but what are they thinking about tomorrow, and what are the broader trends. And so a big focus for us as well is thinking what are the next challenges on the horizon and how we can help, and so too in the government space. And so a lot of my time is spent listening to what challenge are you thinking about right now, but also what challenge are you going to be thinking about, and so that we can really help you position yourself as a leader within your space, so that when the next challenge comes along, you've already got the solutions ready. If you go back 2 years ago, a lot of recruiters had a steady stream of applicants. They weren't really thinking about how do we get different sources of applicants. Their focus is how do we filter all these applicants who are coming through. As the unemployment numbers tighten up, companies are beginning to think, all right, how do we reach people who we previously didn't? Or where is there untapped talent for us? And so that's a big focus for what I do, is like listening and trying to think strategically of not just in terms of the next day, month, or even year, but 5 years out, what's the focus and priorities going to be? Our customers are companies. It's small business owners, it's mid-sized businesses, it's franchise groups, and it's Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies. Those are our customers. Then we have the job seekers, who are our community, who we serve to help them not only get a job, but get jobs that they previously might not have even thought about or been considered for, but because our platform changes that dynamic, they're now aspiring to them. And we also provide a lot of advice and content for job seekers, everything from how do you prepare for your first interview to once you're in the job, how do you work well with your coworkers. And governments are really a partner for us, really to help with both. It's part of our mission to expand access, and governments are a big part of that. The same with like shopping mall companies. So we now work with Westfield, we work with General Growth Properties. We're in talks with some of the other big shopping mall companies, where we put our jobs kiosks into their food courts, into different locations in their malls. That really is a great service to their retailers to find job seekers, and for also just people who are shopping in the mall who might be looking for a job. It makes it easier for them to apply. On a personal level, the thing that drives me with Apploi is hearing story after story of people getting jobs that they previously wouldn't. And it's been amazing on the flip side to hear companies say, like, this person who we never previously would have considered has 9 months later, we're seeing they're a real star in the organization. So seeing that and seeing the impact it can have in communities is something that really drives me. And we've seen, like, when we did an event here in Baltimore supporting the Amazon Fulfillment Center, we saw that more than 2,000 people showed up. 1/3 of people had no smartphone, and another third of people had a smartphone but no data plan. And they were expecting to line up for several hours just to either have access on a computer or speak to a recruiter. And what we enabled to happen was that no one waited for more than 20 minutes. We had kiosks set up there, people instantly put in their information, present it to Amazon, and really makes a difference for people. So if what I want to continue seeing is those stories, but increasing across the country.